When music moves, it shakes the world. From passion to action. Catch conversations and inspiration as we get to know emerging artists at the Ohio University's Music Industry Summit.
We are the university that finds the way to do the most unique things and the coolest things.
This is the Launchpad Podcast. Hey there and welcome to the Launchpad Podcast Season 2, and it is always happening here at Ohio University Music Industry Summit. Like always, this is where we highlight the next best now. My name is David Oyuke, host and producer of the Launchpad Podcast, and this is an episode I've been looking forward to for a very long time. It brings up a lot of things within me creatively that you're going to find out. Maybe you didn't know such stuff about me, but this episode you're going to find that out. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce who we are kicking it with today. First of all, from Canton, Ohio, rich vocals that weave stories effortlessly. The next guest is a front and predominant writer of alt rock band that in 2024 quietly published their Demo EP Mantras Mahjong, and have also performed at 3 of the US's largest rock and metal festivals, including InkCarceration, Aftershock, and Louder Than Life. One of their songs, Take Me With You, took me with them and has never let go since. Launchpad family, I'd love to introduce you to Liam from ASAVA.
Hi.
Look at you like, hi,
Man,
so
that
modest.
intro, jeez, that was great. Can I hire you to introduce me everywhere we go?
I'm off the clock in 15 minutes. We can go.
All right, yeah.
I got
That whole
you.
intro would be nice, yeah.
Honestly speaking, it is great to sit with you and connect with you.
Yeah, man. It's been looking forward to this.
Yeah. How have you been? How's your day so far?
It's been great. My wife and I did the drive here it's almost 3 hours, but back road Ohio is just beautiful and trees and stuff. It's one of the cool things about Ohio. So it's easy drive.
Yeah.
Nice drive. So.
Yeah. So we always love to start with origin stories. So I know the full band isn't here, but I'm glad that you're here. So tell us a little bit about your origin story and how you got into music, and then the origin story of the band as a whole.
My dad was a musician. He was in a band called Shtick when he was coming up, and he actually opened up for Rat back in the day, believe it or not. So yeah, music was pretty bestowed upon me from super early age, and he taught me how to play guitar. And I always say I'm super old school because I learned how to record and write songs to tape.
Wow. No way.
4-track tape recorders.
Dude, that is a skill.
We were really Can I curse on this show? I'll keep it like that. We were really poor, so we didn't have a computer or nothing like that. Also, at the time, it wasn't all that available anyway. But yeah, I'm super old. Started recording on tape back in the day. For my first band with my childhood friends that we spoke about a little bit earlier, but I'll kind of recap. My first band was called Orange Rhyme, and we actually played the House of Blues for this Battle of the Bands competition. My very first show was in front of almost 2,000 people, and we almost won, actually. We came in second place.
Well, that's great, though.
Ever since then, I guess my entire life, I've been chasing that feeling ever since, because I totally blacked that out. I was in such a state of euphoria doing that show, and I'm 15 playing in front of that many people.
Yeah.
Don't remember a thing.
Yeah.
So I've been chasing that feeling ever since.
And so the band that you have now, when did you all come together and be a thing?
So post high school, original 5 guys of this band is called ASAVA. We've been playing, previous band in that, and after high school we started jamming again, and then a couple years in we started really taking it seriously, to the point of pushing out singles with music videos and putting money behind it and a lot of time and effort and sacrifice and stuff. And then luckily enough, we got on we always seemed to like do well in these like Battle of the Bands kind of thing, because it was like this online Battle of the Bands that we won to play this festival called Louder Than Life. And then after we played that, we must have done well enough for them to ask, the same production company asked us to play InkCarceration, Louder Than Life, and Aftershock. And that was super wild. We got to play like main stage at 2 of those festivals, probably in front of, I can't even tell you how many people. I ended up climbing up the scaffolding on the side and like going all crazy. And like I just said about that feeling when I was 15, I finally got it again there. That it took like 10 years to get it back, but like I bawled my eyes out after that.
Yeah.
It just felt like a newborn baby. Like I just didn't know how to feel in front of like the hugest crowd I've ever seen. And
That is absolutely surreal, man.
yeah, got to meet Dave Grohl after that too.
Oof.
That was cool. So huge, maybe the biggest other than Chris Cornell in terms of inspirations after that. I like made him listen to our stuff too. I was just like, you have to listen to my band right now. And then he did. He left. We're hanging out in like the catering for the festival. And I'm like, Dave, look, as he walks by, and I'm like, shake his hand. I'm like, you have to listen to us. And then he leaves, and we're like, all right, never going to see him again. And he comes back, and we start talking about it, and he listened to more than just that. And I cried again. So it was wild. But yeah, now kind of just trying to do almost like a rebuild thing after a couple members left, and but getting pretty excited about kind of a new sound, new direction, about to put out a whole album and stuff like that.
Yeah. You're talking about new sound and new direction. So I've watched your videos, right? In your videos, you have longer hair. Like, what happened, dude?
Yeah, it has been really long time since I've had hair this short, and never had it this color either. But it's funny, we were talking right before this about, to be honest, I hadn't been doing too well mentally for a while, about just like everything in life and stuff like that. And my wife gave me like the best rocky pep talk I ever had on Tuesday, and then you ended up saying your wife did the same thing on Tuesday.
My wife gave me a similar pep talk on Tuesday.
And then literally I was just like, you know what? Woke up early yesterday morning. I was just like, I just want to chop all this hair off and like dye a different color and all this stuff. Man, do I feel good.
Yeah.
It's just like visual representation of just letting some stuff go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Talking about visual representation, one song that you would tell people to listen to if they want to get a feel of your band and your sound, and then we're going to talk about the music video. What song would you tell them to listen to first?
I'd probably say Canyon. We have a song called Canyon right now, because it's almost like a bridge of the old sound and the new sound that's about to come out. So, and the new sound isn't quite refined, and it's not coming out just yet because I'm working on it, but I'd say Canyon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that's a perfect segue, because talking about visual appearances, when we were talking, you're like, there's an aesthetic that you were going for that's almost like horror style.
Yeah.
And you said, like, it was so funny. You're like, yeah, you watch the video when it's like horror stuff? And I was like, yeah. And you're like, so I want to maximize that? You know?
Exactly. Like to the max. We only have like that one music video. It's based off of like these like new style of like, there's a production company called A24 that does a lot of like horror movies like Hereditary and The Witch and stuff like that. And I really wanted to make something in the vein of that style. And then we ended up like having kind of no plan going into it. And it just worked out really well. And it's just like, all right, let's keep doing this.
Yeah.
Like it definitely branches out into new territory for us. And you might not think it would go with the music, but like it does for like some reason.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
that's going to be our new thing, is just making horror movie music videos.
And doubling down on that.
Yes, exactly.
So I grew up, like my brother used to play in a band, a metal band, and he loved growling, you know. And so like I used to try to do that because I also loved alt rock and rock when I was growing up. You know, and so having this conversation for me is kind of surreal. And the Launchpad family didn't even know that about me. So I was like, I have to give them that information because I'm like, I'm kicking it with you.
I knew it first.
Yeah,
before you guys did.
you know. So that's a great segue into what we call the fantastic artist. So I would want you to tell me, if you could pick one thing from one band or one artist and another thing from another band or artist to make this super overpowered artist, what would you pick from a band or an individual? And who would you pick it from?
Pick the voice of Chris Cornell. for sure. And I would blend it with the modern kind of epic elements of bands like Sleep Token, because that's exactly the music I'm making right now. So to answer your question,
Mhm.
the combination of superpowers is what I'm trying to do. Because that's exactly what I think about all the time. Like, what are my favorite things?
Mhm.
What would be a cool combination?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So, for other people who have never known the dynamics of working in a band and all that kind of stuff, what are some of the processes that you have to go from ideation to implementation? Because it's like you're not just one person working by yourself. So, what are the processes that you take as a band in order to get us the music that we listen to and love?
To be quite honest, I do a lot of it. It's become, this has kind of been the process for the last couple of years, is like it's due to like hyper fixation of like ADHD and stuff, but I'll get an idea, I'll start like writing on the guitar and singing along to it. And then all of a sudden it's 3 days later and like I have no clothes and my room stinks and like I have like this new song with like programmed the drums and like did all this stuff, and like that's usually just how it works out for whatever reason. And the guys in the band are my best friends anyway, and they're just always down because like we're into the same stuff. And like obviously when we do it live and we go to like kind of we'll do like re-recordings for like the official recordings and stuff, and everybody will kind of add their flair on it. But yeah, I'd say it's just like mad scientist that, and then a song comes out on the other side and I'm really stinky and haven't showered for like 3 days.
Oh, you mean you're living the life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Man, so we've talked a little bit about the band. We've talked a little bit about you. You know, you've also talked a little bit about the fact that you're married.
Yes.
What are the next goals? Because you've spoken a lot about the places you've performed, the changes within the band, the personal changes. What are the next things that you're looking at and you're like, if I do that next, I would be so darn happy?
Director
Director?
of movies.
Yeah.
I kind of, loose plan is to like give music another shot for like 10 years and see if I can pay my rent with it, essentially, eventually.
Mhm.
And if not, or even if so, I want to start making movies.
Yeah.
Stuff, or TV shows or stuff like that. Because like I was saying about making the horror movie music video,
Yeah.
something went off in me, man. I was just like, yo. Like,
This is where I need to be.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, and like, I've always kind of been into that anyway. In high school, there was a program that is called video production that I did for 3 years. And that's where I and the rest of us kind of got a lot of our skills to be able to make our own videos and be a little more familiar with tech of like even all this stuff, But yeah, I was kind of had in the back of my mind, I'd like to like actually make stuff. And once we did that music video, I was like, regardless if music works out or not, I think I want to do that down the line.
Yeah.
And then obviously like I was talking about before, I kind of want to get something a little more solidified in life in terms of financial income before my wife and I try and have kids. But like, we've talked about it, we do. Yeah, so probably eventually just be an old guy in a movie director chair smoking a cigarette with my wife and kids. So hopefully,
I love that dream.
Yeah.
I love that dream.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna rock to that dream.
Yeah. Either that or play Wembley Stadium in Europe for a rock band, so one of those two things.
Let's make that happen, Launchpad family. We can actually make that happen, and you can actually do all of those things without having to sacrifice your joy, your happiness, That's the hope. That's the dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in stinky rooms with no clothes because
it's
you're
near
living the
impossible to
life.
achieve, but it is possible. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I want that for you and I want that for the band.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, there's something that we always do that is called Picture Perfect. And this is where we ask, how can we best support you as the Launchpad? How can we best support your group? What's the perfect scenario in which we come in and be able to get you to where you need to go to the next place?
I mean, honestly, I could say like stream the music, share the music, all that kind of stuff. But like what really feels supportive anymore and what really like inspires me and the rest of the guys is like personal messages of just like talking about it in general, like that shot in the music video, or like I like these themes. What was that lyric or something like that? And we just talk about it like one-on-one, and that's it. Because like been around the block a decent amount now, and the thing I value the most is like really personal connections. They're as most personal as they can get. Like even right now, this was a blast getting to know you and talking and stuff. Like this is what life's all about. So like beyond like trying to be successful, I'd rather like meet as many cool people as I can and like share each other's story and talk about art and stuff like that. So
I have absolutely loved talking with you.
me too.
And it just feels right,
Yeah.
feels right. And when you are in that director's chair with your family, trust me, there's going to be another one close by. If you have us as the Launchpad family,
Absolutely.
and we're just going to be sitting there as old people
Yeah.
and remembering this moment, right? There we go.
Absolutely, bro.
Absolutely love that. So there you have it. As always, it is the Launchpad podcast. It is season 2. We love that you journey with us. You get to know these artists with us. You hear their stories. From wherever you're listening to, you travel all the way into their heart and vice versa. And I just want to say thank you for all the support that you keep on giving to our artists. We would not be here without you. So stick around for more episodes and check out all of our socials. We can't wait to tell you what comes next. So many more episodes waiting for you. And as always, it is about highlighting the next best now. Like I love to say, it's in our university, the Music Industry Summit. If you're not here, where are you? See you in the next ones. Thanks for watching or listening to the Launchpad podcast. Click the links in the About page to get to know more about our artists, follow their journeys, and also find out what comes next in their story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you at the next launch.